What is up, everyone? DSP here, and welcome to the weekend preview. Today is Sunday, June 4th, 2017. We got a lot to talk about today because, in particular, a lot went down this past week. We're in the midst of a lot of stuff. There's some fun stuff coming up this week that's new and different. There's a little bit of a weirdness to the schedule that I need to explain. But there's also going to be E3 right around the corner. And so this weekend preview video is going to very briefly summarize everything that we've been up to, but also it's going to cover the next 2 weeks when I'll be covering E3, alright? And I have the whole E3 schedule here in front of me to explain to you when the press conferences and such are taking place, and then I'm going to explain to you how I'm covering all of this, okay? So first of all, let's talk, folks. Let's talk about this previous week. The previous week, I spent wrapping up a lot of stuff. Wrapping up my coverage of Injustice 2, right? I wanted to get a few more sessions in of Friday the 13th, which was a fun game when it worked. The problem was it didn't work all the time. And then I actually played a little bit more Persona to a couple sessions this past week. So it was a good mix, variety of stuff this past week. If you missed any of it, obviously all of that stuff is live for you over on DSP Gaming, and you should give it a look. Well, in particular, also this past week, I did reveal something personal because people were kind of getting wind of it. The fact that myself and Leanna had broken up after, being together for 5 years and living here in Washington for almost 3 years. Things didn't work out, and we are apart now. She doesn't even live here anymore. And when I revealed this, of course, all hell broke loose. People didn't believe me at first or thought that, what was the real story? The bottom line is this, because I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it again. It's really no one's business. What happened is between myself and Leanna. That's how we're keeping it. We're not going to reveal any information to anyone in public on the internet or anything about that, about what went down. If we wanted to, we would have already, right? And that's that. It's that simple. Leanna is gone. She's off, doing her own thing. She moved out, and I am here now by myself, maintaining and doing, this on a daily basis at, live streams, gameplay videos, and trying to basically make stuff work in the house by myself. And, there's an adjustment period here where my schedule is kind of screwed up, and I'm not on a solid set schedule yet that's working, because for a while there, our schedules, mine and Leanna's schedule, wasn't in sync because she had to go to bed early, so wake up early to work early in the morning. So I would purposely stay up late, because as you guys remember, earlier this year I had that snoring thing on. I was snoring at night, keeping her up so she couldn't get to work. So I was like staying up late at night so that she could get sleep, and then I would go to sleep when she was getting up. It was a big rigmarole, and so my sleep schedule and everything is completely thrown off. And now, if you haven't noticed, the past couple of weeks, there's been a few days where I'm late to stream or whatever. Last night in particular was one of these nights where I'm here by myself. I got a lot of stuff to do, so I had a bunch of errands to do. Like I had to wash 2 loads of laundry. I had all these clothes I had to separate and decide what I was going to donate, because I've got an overabundance of freaking clothes here that I don't need. And so I start doing all this. The next thing I know, it's like 4 in the morning, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's so late. I should have been asleep like, an hour or 2 ago. But I got so inundated with all this stuff, and I got all now because I'm doing all this work, the adrenaline's pumping. I couldn't fall asleep, and now I wake up this morning. I'm like, dude, there's no way I could stream it at the normal time. I was still up so late. So this is what's been happening, and also my allergies are acting up again, because the other day I told this story on pre-stream today. The other day, the landscapers who usually come here Wednesday afternoons apparently have changed their schedule. They decided to come at 9 in the morning. On a Thursday, so I had my bedroom window open, and here comes the pollen as they're cutting all the grass, comes right into my lungs and my face. I'm like, oh God. So my throat is kind of irritated. My nose has been irritated for days. So it's a combination of all these things that have kind of been throwing me off recently. The good news is when I get on stream, people are still engaged and having fun, and it's still been great. Stream attendance the past couple of weeks, ever since I started playing Injustice 2, has been way up, and now it's up for Tekken. I'm getting tons of people to watch me play Tekken. So things are good. Participation is good. YouTube, everything's going good. Everything business-wise, 2 thumbs up. Everything's good, and I can't complain, okay? But for me personally, because of all the changes going on in my life over the past 3 weeks, I haven't been able to get in line and get to a solid schedule where things are working properly. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to adjust my life. The problem is things keep getting thrown. Monkey wrenches keep getting thrown into it. As we're going to talk about, because in this week in preview, I have a day this week that I have to take off from doing everything because there's other stuff, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So see what I mean? Until all this behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on outside of the streams and everything is settled, I'm kind of here, there, and everywhere and bouncing around, and I know, it sucks when, you know, I say I'm going to be here on stream at this time and I'm not there, or there's a tweet that goes out overnight that I'm not feeling good, or the schedule's thrown off and now something came up in the morning and I'm late. I apologize for that. I know it's annoying. I'm doing my best, and I'm hoping to get to a consistent schedule soon, all right? Of course, also that being said, E3 is coming up, which is going to screw up the whole schedule. All right, so that's what's been going on with me. Injustice 2, Friday the 13th, started up with Tekken 7, and, you know, me trying to adjust to this new kind of lifestyle of living by myself again, which isn't that big of a change. A lot of people don't realize this. I lived by myself from 2009, when I first bought the condo in Connecticut, all the way through mid-2014. Over 5 years, I lived by myself in Connecticut. Now, yeah, every once in a while, I would see my parents, or, you know, every once in a while, maybe someone would come over to do co-op recording with me, or, you know, there was the year and a half, 2 years that I was dating Leanna, and every once in a while, she would visit me for a few days. But for the most part, the majority of my time was spent alone. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm used to maintaining it where I keep myself so busy with the business and with everything else going on that it's not like, oh no, now because people are like contacting me, and I appreciate it. People contacting me and saying, oh, condolences, it didn't work out and we hope that you're doing well or whatever. But understand, like, for me, this is almost like going back to normality, because this is like what I did for a long time. I was by myself, and I'm just trying to readjust myself back to that kind of a deal, all right? The only bummer here is that now I got to redo all my meal schedules and everything, which I've been trying to do for 3 weeks. It still hasn't been adjusted yet. I still got days where I'm like, fuck it, just run out and grab something instead of, you know, I'm going to make this one day and do this another day. But I'm working on it. There's certain things that, you know, I'm doing behind the scenes. Nothing that you really need to know about, but okay. So that's what's been going on with me. Now let's talk about what you can expect this week and of the coming weeks because of E3 that's going to throw a monkey wrench into everything, okay? So, tonight... Well, let me say, earlier today, I played Tekken 7 online, and this game is rough online, man. Just like this fucking Friday the 13th game I just played. It's like an unfinished game. It came out on PS4, and ranked matches don't work whatsoever at all. The player lobbies barely work, and when they do, the connections are usually ass, and then if the host drops, the whole fucking session conks out, so it's garbage. And then you got tournament mode, and even tournament mode, I've tried maybe 10 times to play in a tournament, and once did I actually get the tournament to fucking finish. All the other times, it died or crashed right in the middle of the tournament. So the online play is very iffy. I did a whole set today with King online. I did enjoy some of the matches. Some of them were absolutely god-awful. The people watching on stream seem to love it. So, hopefully you'll check out those matches. They're all live on DSP Gaming, okay? Tonight, right now, I'm filming the week preview, all right? And then I got Patreon stuff to do, all right? So now let's talk about Patreon, because I got a bunch of updates in regards to Patreon, all right? First of all, it is 100% official. The winner of the Patron's Choice playthrough is going to be Danganronpa 2. So I will be starting with Danganronpa 2 soon, but not yet, because we got to get through the E3 stuff first, and once E3 kind of settles, then I can figure out where to fit in the Danganronpa playthrough. It's Danganronpa 2, by the way. Fit that in amongst all the other stuff that I'm doing, all right? So that will be coming probably mid to late June. You'll see Danganronpa 2 begin, all right? But also, good news, we did hit the funding goal for May on Patreon. Now, we were very close to not hitting it. In fact, as of 2-3 days ago, when you know, the month started, we did not hit the goal. We were actually way under by about $100, and what happened was a ton of people withdrew or lowered their pledges last minute, and then in addition to that, a big chunk of people all got declined at once. So it was like the double whammy of people, you know, pulling plus declines, and it went boom. Even though it showed on my Patreon page we'd hit the goal, it actually plummeted and we didn't hit it. Luckily, most people who did get declined did go back and update their information, and they did clear, so the funds came back up. And I double-checked, and there were a few people who had pledged for the first time during the course of May, and those pledges actually count towards May's goal. So after doing all the math tonight, I realized we hit it very, very narrowly. I'm not even kidding you. We were within $10, but we did hit the funding goal for the month of May. So the good news is we're going to be doing an Indies Marathon, all right? What I'm going to be doing tonight, actually, after I finish filming this weekly preview, is I'm going to message the patrons, the May patrons, on Patreon.com, and I'm going to let you know if I need info from you or whatever to get you your forum upgrades, to get you any of the other perks that you may be owed, and I'm going to create a thread on the KingofFate.com forums by which patrons can now start to nominate indie games that you want to see me play in an upcoming marathon, okay? Just to forewarn everyone, The marathon is not happening in June. It's going to happen starting sometime in July. It'll be a day-long thing, just like I do with all my marathons. Why? Because it's going to take probably a week or more to get everyone upgraded on the forums, and then they need to nominate, and then once everything's nominated, then I need to make a poll to vote, and then they need to vote, just like they did with the Patron's Choice. So it's going to be about a month or more of effort in order to get all this data in and be able to determine what games will be played in this upcoming marathon, all right? So that's good news, but I have to say, folks, we were that close to not hitting the goal. And listen, the good news is this. I'm doing all right. You know, the past few months, I wasn't. You know, March, April were very tumultuous months for me. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pay my bills and all that. And you guys and gals came out in droves to support me, whether it was you watched the videos on YouTube, you watched the live streams, you cheered, you subbed, you tipped during the live streams, you pledged to my Patreon, Teespring, you guys went out and start buying merch from Teespring. You did a million things to help me. I'm so appreciative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Basically, you saved my butt. And right now, if I can keep it the level I'm at right now, I'll be good, especially if I can keep it up till the end of the year. It looks like I'll be in a little bit better position than I was and maybe get back to where I was a year or two ago, and then it'll be smooth sailing, all right? But the thing is, we need to maintain where I'm at, which means I can't get a giant decline in Patreon, and that's what happened. I noticed over the past 3 months as people gravitated toward Twitch and said, oh, Phil's doing more interactive streams now. I'm going to start watching his streams, and I'm going to cheer, and I'm going to sub, and I'm going to tip him on there. Great, and let me tell you, it's pretty close now, the amount of support that I get from Twitch versus YouTube. It's close. It's not there yet. Like, Twitch hasn't overcome YouTube yet. Eventually, I want the Twitch to overcome and be my main source of income and support, while YouTube kind of becomes the secondary thing. It's not there yet, just to warn everyone. But we're getting there. We're getting more where Twitch every month is moving up a little more, inching up a little more, and that's what I need till eventually they're even, and then it surpasses it, which I hope I could do maybe by the end of this year. But I think what happened is, as a lot of people gravitated towards the Twitch, which is the new hot thing, they said, oh, well, I'm just going to withdraw my pledge from Patreon then, you know? And that's not good, because that is there to keep this thing going. That Patreon pledge amount every month, that goal that I set, is the amount I need to keep this working, to do daily live streams, to do on-demand videos on YouTube for a living. That's what I need. It's not like just because all of a sudden now I'm getting support on Twitch, now I don't need that. No, that's the point, is I'm trying to get growth. I'm trying to get back to a solid position, a stable position, where every month I'm not looking at my phone, oh God, am I going to get an account withdrawn notice this month now because I was a few shekels short as they were fucking trying to withdraw all of my bills this month and stuff like that. I don't want to be like that. And I was like that really badly for like 2-3 months there. I don't ever want to get back there. So please, I understand, but please, if you are a patron, I still need your support, all right? Understand that. And I get it. Things are tight. It's one thing if you did it because, oh, well, my things are tight for me financially right now. Fine. If that's the reason, okay. You can, withdraw your Patreon pledges or lower them or whatever. But if it's because you think I'm doing okay and or I supported him on Twitch, please, no, I understand. That is really required. Now, maybe this will change. Maybe later this year, all of a sudden, things will continue on a growth spurt, right? And things will be doing really well. I'll let you know. It's not that big of a deal. But now it is very important, all right? We were that close to not hitting the monthly goal. That's bad. Hitting the monthly goal is pretty much a given with Patreon. That's another thing. I think people take it for granted that I'm going to hit it every month no matter what, and they don't need to contribute. This month was like that. So that's what I mean. Now, next month, meaning for the month of June, this goal I'm going to be setting up, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to decide by the time the E3 is over, which is about mid-month. I got a lot of suggestions from people, all right? Different things. One thing was basically doing like a themed event where people will vote on a theme. Like, do you want to see shooter games? Do you want to see sandbox games? Do you want to see racing games? And then what would happen is people would nominate and vote on games of a certain genre that I would do for like a marathon or something like that, because I never really did that. Indies, more general independent games, independently developed, but I never had like a genre marathon or something like that. I'm also still strongly considering doing maybe another Sonic event, because when I played Sonic 06, it went really well. And I was thinking about maybe doing like a Sonic marathon where I try to play all 3 Sonic games within one session, which I don't know how that would work, because I think the first one's about 4 or 5 hours long. And I know part 2, I could probably beat in just a few hours, because I played the shit out of that game as a kid, and the first few stages I'm pretty sure I could turbo through. Sonic 3 I never beat. So that could be really interesting. Like, I'm thinking of all these different events in my head, but I don't know what would be like the definitive thing that people would want. So I need your feedback. If you have an idea on a good Patreon goal that you think would get people to be motivated to pledge this month for June, so we're not at the edge of qualifying, and I don't know if we're going to hit the goal at by next month, please send them to me. Either email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, tweet me, all right? Post them on my forums on thekingofhate.com. Any of those methods are great. Don't leave a comment on the video, because there's been so many negative comments on my videos these days, I don't pay attention to them anymore. And so leaving a comment will be completely worthless. You need to contact me through one of the other 3 ways that are very easy to contact me, all right? Give me your opinions and your ideas, because, hey, I'll be honest, a lot of the times the ideas that you guys give me turn into great events that are really ongoing things that people like to see, okay? All right, so if you were a patron of mine in the month of May, expect a private message on patreon.com tonight. Unless you did like, if you did a $1 pledge, no, you're not going to get a message from me then. But anything above that, you know, $5, $20, $50, those pledge levels, I need information from you in order to get your pledges. So I'll be sending all that out tonight. Tomorrow, which is June 5th, I will be doing more Tekken, a double stream again, double day of Tekken. The first stream is going to be, yes, more multiplayer. What I want to do is try to play with Paul Phoenix online, because I've done 0 multiplayer matches. I just take that back. I think I might have done 1 multiplayer match or 2 with Paul Phoenix, and they were really laggy and bad when I tried to play them. So I want to do like a set with Paul, and then maybe in mid-set, if I get bored of Paul, go back to King, but I want to do a little bit more online play. Then, tomorrow night, for my later stream, I'm going to be taking 1 or 2 new characters. Like, I think Bob is one I want to check out. Lily is probably one I want to check out. And maybe, like, 1 other character if I have time. It depends on how much time I have. And I want to take that character and put him into practice mode and arcade mode. Try to get a little bit of an idea of how to play with these characters. All right? So that's going to be Monday night. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay? Tuesday, there's supposed to be, and what I mean by that is I don't think that you can pre-order the game yet, but there's supposed to be this game called Perception. It's a unique survival horror platformer, not platformer, survival horror puzzle style game is what I meant to say, from the makers of BioShock and Dead Space. Yes, former game devs from those games came together to make this more almost independent style game. You're a blind woman exploring an empty house that apparently there's a haunting in it. And so you need to use these cool visual effects of like using your cane to knock on walls and see things through sound to get around and find things and solve puzzles and figure out what stuff is. Really unique premise. I think that it could be a really fun playthrough, although I've heard the game's only about 4 to 5 hours long, which is fine. Maybe I'll beat it in 1 to 2 sittings, right? But I'm going to start playing that on Tuesday, all right? But I am going to balance that with more Tekken over the course of the week. So understand, even though there's going to be a little bit of variety there with Perception, I will still be playing Tekken during the week, okay? Thursday, hold on. I almost screwed up. Wednesday night, I will not be doing a live stream Wednesday night. Okay, so there will be 2 streams Monday, 2 streams Tuesday, 1 stream Wednesday. Wednesday night, I am basically getting my car ready, my BMW that I'm now getting rid of. It's way too fucking expensive for my lifestyle and what I can afford. I'm getting it ready to not trade in, but turn in, because the lease is over. I need to clean it. So I have to, vacuum it and wipe it down and everything. Therefore, I need time to do that. So I'm going to be doing that probably for an hour or more. I'm thinking about taking it for another car wash, but I don't know. It's not that dirty. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, but I got to do that. So that's Wednesday night. So I'm not going to have time to do a second stream on Wednesday night. All right. And Thursday this week, I am completely off. You will not see me doing gameplay streams, videos, nothing, because I will be off, out and about, doing a million things. Basically, since I broke up with Leanna, there's been a lot of stuff going on that I need to kind of resolve. For example, turning this car back in with BMW, getting rid of it, and then I could just start focusing on the new car. There's a few odds and ends I need to get for the house now, because when Leanna moved out, she took a few things, and I'm like, oh man, well, this is something that I need for myself now. For example, I have no printer. My printer broke when I moved across the country 3 years ago. She went and got this nice printer for her business, and I've been using that whenever I need to print something out, because I don't often need to print anything, almost never. But every once in a while, I do need to print something. For example, Ask the King, which is coming up later this month on the 29th. I need a printer to print out the Ask the King questions to read, so see what I mean? I have to go do just a bunch of odds and ends and things like that I need to take care of on Thursday. Therefore, I'm not going to be doing anything on Thursday. It's going to be my day out and about, which is good, because you know what? A lot of people say, oh, Phil, now you live a sedentary lifestyle where you're just sitting around all the time, which is true but not true. Yeah, I sit around a lot during the day, but at the same time, I take breaks and I walk around and I stretch, and I do go out a few times a week in order to make sure that I'm not just sitting here like a lump, 95% of the time, because you're right, then it would be in health problems. So this would be a good day and opportunity for me to head out there and do shit for a whole day and get exercise and do everything and get a bunch of stuff done that I needed to get done, all right? But then I'll be back on Friday with a full day of streaming. What will it be? I'm not sure yet. Probably more Tekken, and maybe I'll split the day and I'll do the final session of Tekken, and then I'll do my review of Tekken. I'm not sure yet, all right? I'm not sure, but I will think about it, and I'll let everyone know as we get closer. Now we got to start talking about E3, because you may not realize it. E3 starts on Saturday. Yeah, it actually starts on Saturday, June 10th, way earlier than ever before. E3 has never started on a Saturday before. It's always been on usually a Monday. Actually, let me really go back. Used to be Tuesday, because E3 used to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's when the actual event takes place that people can go see. But then all of a sudden, the game studios decided, and the game developers decided they wanted to start putting out their press conferences earlier and earlier. So then it went to some press conferences on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then it went to, oh, now we'll do Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And now it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like, what the fuck? Like, they're really stretching this out to be a whole week at this point. So Saturday, June 10th, at noon Pacific time, noon my time, the EA press conference is going on. So what I'm going to do that day is when that press conference is going on, I'm going to watch it here, and I'm going to be sitting here in front of my laptop talking with you guys in my stream chat, and we can interact as we watch the press conference together. Then when it's over, because I'll be taking notes, I'm going to go live with a stream, and I'm going to do my initial, just boom, my reactions to what I just watched with you guys on the press conference, just like I do every year. I do this vlog that talks about it. I'm going to do that right afterward, live on stream. And by the way, yes, if you cheer, sub, or tip me during that session, I will react to it. So it's going to be more interactive than ever before. If people have questions, oh, did you see this at the EA press conference? What did you think? What do you think about this? You'll be able to actually ask me that stuff during the video, okay? And then I'll immediately upload that. And right now, honestly, I'm debating where the hell I should upload it. And the reason I say that is because if I upload it to the King of Hate Vlogs like I did last year, I'm going to make like nothing on it, because right now the King of Hate Vlogs is under a personal AdSense account, and personal AdSense makes like no money at all. And I'm not going to bother partnering the channel because I don't upload that much to the King of Hate Vlogs anyway. So there's no reason for me to find another partnership company to try to make a few bucks more a month. It doesn't make sense. But you know what? More than likely I will, because I'm thinking if I put on DSP Gaming, that it won't make sense because it'll get flooded. People will lose it in all the gameplay. And I put on the King of Hate Vlogs. It's not a, you know, the channel's not for vlogs. So maybe I will just do a the standard video like I usually do, and I'll put it here on the King of Hate Vlogs. That's probably what I'll do. So I just decided on the fly. Okay. Now here's the rest of the E3 schedule. Sunday the 11th. All right. At 2 p.m. Pacific time, the Microsoft press conference. At 9 p.m., the Bethesda press conference. So yes, again, that Sunday, while those are going on live, I will be sitting here watching the press conferences, and then I will be doing my reaction videos immediately following those. Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, Ubisoft, and then at 6 p.m. Sony. So another day with lots of press conferences. Yes, I'll be doing the same thing. Nintendo, I'm not going to do it live, because Nintendo, number one, they're not even doing a press conference. They're doing their usual internet broadcast shit. And I'm going to be honest, Nintendo, in the past few years, has not whatsoever to put out anything worth really going nuts over at E3. They just haven't. They basically gave up. They realized they can't hang with everyone else. They never have a lot to present anyway. It's just going to be like another one of their normal monthly press things. So, if there's a significant amount of stuff to talk about that Tuesday, I will do a Nintendo video, but chances are there probably won't be, and I probably won't even do a special video about it. More than likely, what I will do is on June 15th, which is a Thursday, I'm going to do my next episode of Hate Live. That's right. You know, Hate Live, it took place, what was it, the middle of May. So about a month later, I'm bringing it back. It's going to be a podcast, just like I did last time, live streamed, all right, but also recorded for YouTube in segments. And one of the major segments of Hate Live is actually going to be E3's best and worst. So I'll run down. Here's what I thought was the best stuff, and here's what I thought was the worst stuff, and that'll be a good segment for the podcast, okay? And then later in the week, what I think I'll do is maybe an edited video, just like I did last year. I did 2 videos. I did the best of E3 and the worst of E3, and I'll probably do 2 edited style videos possibly for KO Gaming. That's what I'm thinking. It's not set in stone, and I realize that the less that I stream, the more disengaged my streaming audience is going to be. So I want to stream as much as I can. I don't want it the whole week to be just vlogs and edited videos. I get that. I'm going to try to mix that stuff in with other gameplay so that people are still excited and coming back to the streams. I don't want June, the month when my whole Twitch channel dies because it's all about E3 for a week and a half. You know what I mean? All right. So, once the E3 stuff is done, then I'm going to look towards starting up the Danganronpa 2 playthrough, excuse me. And I already talked about this, but I'll very briefly mention it again. There's going to be a downtime playthrough that's going to start because there's not going to be many new releases. Once I'm done with Tekken 7, whenever that ends up being, besides maybe playing that a little bit every once in a while, maybe Friday the 13th gets fixed and I play more of that every once in a while, and a little bit of Injustice 2 every once in a while, there's really not that many new releases during June. So what I think I'm going to do is start up either Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, Red Dead Redemption, my second run, this one will be direct capture and everything, or replaying one of the classic Grand Theft Auto games that I did 4, 5, 6 years ago, that sadly those playthroughs have kind of been ruined now on YouTube, because guess what? They all got content ID claims, so either they're muted, they're blocked, it's a mess, and I would like to redo those games without, they have these modernized versions that have been released that are supposed to be the better versions anyway, so one of those is probably going to start in June and take up a lot of time, and that'll take us into, July. I'll do the others and balance that with other stuff, all right? So that's kind of the rough idea. I know this weekend preview was super long because it explained all the stuff for the next few weeks, but I felt I should upfront start talking about E3, especially because E3 starts this Saturday, all right? One other thing. Normally what I've been doing is Sunday night I've been doing the weekend preview, all right? I'm not going to do that this week. This week, since, as I just said, Saturday at noon is the EA press conference, and then I'm going to do my live reaction right after that. If I have extra time, I'll play a little bit of gaming or whatever, but that night I'm taking off because that'll be the night when I go and I do my grocery shopping, and I do the weekend preview, and I do all that stuff. I'll do it all that night, so that way it'll all be done, because Sunday is a full day with 2 big press conferences, and I don't want to have to do errands and stuff while I'm juggling around those press conferences and other stuff as well, all right? So, recap of this week, and then I can stop talking because my voice is exhausted, okay? Number 1. Tonight, patron stuff. Expect a PM on Patreon.com if you were a May patron. Number 2, tomorrow, Tekken 7 all day. I almost said Tekken 5. Tekken 7 all day. Multiplayer for the first stream. New characters the second stream. Tuesday, a new game Perception. And I'll balance that. Either I'll beat the whole game in one day, or maybe I'll switch to Tekken. Wednesday, there'll only be one gameplay stream. It'll either be Tekken or Perception. We'll see. Wednesday night, I'm off. And Thursday, I'm off. But I'm back on Friday with 2 streams. Saturday, I'll be here to cover the EA press conference. There'll be a short stream after that. And then that's it, because Saturday night, I'll be doing the weekend preview and all that. Sunday, I'll be covering E3 for most of the day. But also, there'll be gameplay somehow intermixed in there. And then we'll go from there. Fair enough? Sound good? All right, everyone. Thank you for watching the weekend preview. I know it was a long one. I appreciate you watching. Without further ado, thank you to the following May patrons who made the upcoming Indies Marathon possible. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for more Tekken 7. Peace out.